They are very happy.
She has a red dress.
They are
she
very
wants to
happy.
play. Who
They are very happy.
CJ,
They
she
are
has a
very
red
happy.
dress.
Very nice.
She
They
wants
are
to play.
very happy.
Who will play with
They
her?
are very
Father,
CJ.
he is
She
big.
They are very
wants
happy.
She wants to
They are very happy.
Father,
They are
he is
very
big.
happy.
She
They
wants
are very happy. They are very happy.
He is
They are
big.
very happy. They are 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 very happy. Do you want to play with Jane?
Look with his behavior.
Mrs. Breedlove and Coca-Cola wore their ugliness. Put it on, so to speak, although it did not belong to them. He looked at them and wondered why they were so ugly.
He looked and he could not find a source.
Then he realized it came from their conviction. It was as though some mysterious, all-knowing master had given each one a cloak of ugliness to wear, and they had each accepted it without question. The master had said, "You are ugly people." It was a truth supported by every movie, every billboard, every glance.
Yes, you are right.
On a Saturday morning in October, not much different from any other Saturday morning in October, they began one by one to stir out of their dreams of affluence and vengeance into the anonymous misery of their ugly storefront and ugly lives.
I need some coal. I said I need some more.
Ah, woman!
I need some coal now. It's cold. I got a lot of things to do, but I ain't got to freeze.
You leave me alone.
If working like a mule don't give me the right to be warm, what am I doing it for? You sure don't bring in nothing. If it was up to you, we'd all be dead. If you think I'm gonna wade out into the cold and get it myself, you better think again.
I don't care how you get it.
Are you gonna get your drunk self out of that bed and get me some coal or not? Charlie. Don't try me this morning, man. All right. All right. But if I sneeze once, just once, God help you.
Thank you, Mrs. Breedlove could have, would have, and had gotten the coal from the shed. She might even had the coal to do it.
This was a ceremonial dance. The orchestra was warming up. They waited in anticipation for the conductor's baton. Charlie and Mrs. Breedlove fought each other with a darkly brutal formalism that was paralleled only by their lovemaking. Tacitly, they had agreed to not kill each other. He fought her the way a coward fights a feet, the palms of hands, and teeth. She, in turn, fought back in a clearly feminine way. The frying pans, the clothing, the occasional flat iron that sailed in his head. They did not talk, groan, or curse during these beatings. There was only the muted sound of falling things and flesh on unsurprised flesh.
Piccola. Now you go get me that coal.
The sun had gone. The smell of promised rain, pine, and musketing made Charlie giddy. Turning his head to see where the moon was, Charlie caught sight of Darlene. That was years before Charlie had made Piccola's mother Mrs. Breedlove. Years before anybody went upside anybody's head. Years before anybody was put out on anything. That was years before the seeds did not grow. Maybe it's when it all started to go terribly wrong.
So what you gonna do now?
I don't know. Just wander around, I guess. Maybe look for my dad.
You know where he is?
I don't even know who he is. Probably won't find him. You want some more grapes?
Nah, we gonna need to get back soon. My mom will whip me if I come back late. My dress is all messed up.
A new emotion caught Charlie off guard.
Charlie's giddiness was replaced with emptiness. He had finally realized that his Aunt Jimmy was dead, and the sudden absence of somebody to whoop him took his breath away.
You don't look so bad to me. Here.
They came together as natural and as sweet as the night the day had become. It was at once playful and exciting. The act itself was not as difficult as Charlie imagined it would be. It felt more like home than anything he had ever known. As his own excitement grew, he heard her moans as no more than the pines sighing above his head.
Get on with it.
And make it good.
Make it real good.
There was no place for Charlie's eyes to go. He was paralyzed. The white man held a gun in his hands. He dropped back to his knees.
Charlene held on to Charlie and looked out of the flashlight into the darkness, looking almost unconcerned as though they had no part in the drama taking place around them.
Her hands clutching his tightly like claws.
With the violence born of total helplessness, Charlie pulled up her dress, lowered his trousers and underwear.
That's right. Go on now.
Darlene covered her face with her hands as Charlie began to simulate what had before been beautiful. Now it was something ugly and confusing, and he hated her for it.
He almost wished that he could hurt her to make up for the hurt and shame that he felt.
Hurry it up, boy. We gotta be going. Don't have all day.
Come on.
They be looking for us.
Not even knowing what Charlie knew. That he was free. Not a good kind of freedom. A freedom tilting into man is born of a kind of loneliness and desperation that answers to no one. This kind of perverted freedom rendered him free to feel whatever he felt.
Free to be tender or violent, to whistle or weep.
It was this freeness that he met, married, and loved Pauline women, and turned her into Mrs. Breedlove.
When he saw her leaning on that fence, scratching the back of her leg with her foot,
He fell in love and made her his.
and so it was on a Saturday afternoon that Charlie came home, drunk, wrapped in his warped sense of freedom, that he saw his daughter in the kitchen.
She was washing the dishes.
Her small back hunched over the sink.
He saw her dimly, but couldn't really tell what he saw or how he felt. He knew that he was uncomfortable, but like so many times before, his uncomfortableness started to feel like pleasure. Then revulsion, and then guilt, and then pity, and then love.
The only kind of love Charlie had ever known. A violent, painful, lonely love. His revulsion was a reaction to her young, helpless, hopeless presence.
I mean, she was just a child. Why wasn't she happy? He wanted to break her neck.
But, tenderly,
I mean, why did she have to look so whipped? And what could he do for her? Ever? What could a burned-out black man say to the hunchback of his 11-year-old daughter? And he couldn't look her in the face because if he did, he'd see those haunted, loving eyes.
the hauntedness would irritate him. The love would make him feel unworthy. His hatred of her slimed in his stomach and threatened to become vomit.
But just before the puke could enter his mouth,
She shifted her weight onto one foot, scratched the back of her cup with her toe.
It was a small and familiar gesture. The timid tucked-in look of the scratching toe.
this was exactly what Pauline was doing the first time I'd seen her in Kentucky.
It was such a simple gesture. And once again, the dangerous, ugly, violent freedom. The desperate aching to claim manhood through the most unspeakable.
Unthinkable.
He sunk down to his knees, his eyes on Cole's foot. He raised one hand and caught her foot in an upward stroke.
Cole lost her balance and was about to careen to the floor.
He raised his hands to her hips to stop her from falling, then he closed his eyes. Let his fingers dig into her waist. The rigidness of her shocked body, the silence of her stunned throat was better than Pauline's easy laughter had been.
The drunken, confused mixture of the memories of Pauline and the doing of a wild and forbidden thing excited him.
No matter if it was wrong.
For what was wrong with Charlie? Even if he had the power to discern wrong from right, it wouldn't matter, for he lived only in the want of it.
The next thing he knew, or maybe he remembered, or maybe it didn't happen at all.
It happened.
It happened.
It happened.
The next thing he remembered was her soapy hands wrapped around his wrist, clutching tightly like claws.
He removed himself from her small, dry, wounded body.
She seemed to have fainted.
Once again, his hatred mixed with tenderness. The hatred wouldn't let him pick her up, but the tenderness forced him to cover her.
So when the child regained consciousness, she was lying on the kitchen floor.
And that is the ugly, untidy power of it. The why that we continue to muddle through.